Hi, welcome to the Words Are Birds podcast, where I'll have 3 5-minute conversations with a super duper interesting person, and then I'll read something they've written. Then they'll read something I've written. We'll talk about that for a few minutes, and that's it. Also, please consider pre-ordering my book of poems and short prose. Lacquer is a thrilling word. Just go to my website, barrycole.com. Okay, welcome Robin Cline. Robin is a dear friend of mine, and she is one of the head directors of Neighbor Space and also is an advisor for Operatic and writes all kinds of things, has made films, does very, very imaginative, interesting lectures, unlike any I've ever heard. And I'm excited to talk to her. So Robin has picked 5 subjects. I've picked 5 subjects. We're going to randomize and see which ones we get. And we're going to have 3 conversations of 5 minutes each. And Robin's topics today are gingham, Orphan Punchlines, The Bear Went Over the Mountain, the song, The Lonely Doll, which is a whole thing. If we get that, we'll talk about it, and Aufgussing, which I have no idea what that is. And my topics are worms, city buses, bears, pianos, and ideas, or new ideas, I guess I should say. All right, so here's my randomizer from 1 to 10. And we got 9 pianos. Let me set my timer. Okay, so what do you have to say about pianos? Or what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about pianos?
Oh my gosh, the first thing that comes to mind is I love pianos. I love playing the piano. I wish if I had a different life, I would have learned how to be a famous pianist. And I also just think about teeth. Like maybe just because they're ivory, people used to talk about tickling the teeth, but I think tickling the keys. Um, and I just got a set of bells this year for Christmas, and because Arlo knows how to play the piano, he can play the bells with me. And they're in the same color. They're white and black, just like the piano keys, except that you pick them up. So it's like a movable piano.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. Wow, I feel that way about my Omnicord, which I purchased on eBay, which is
Oh,
sort of like an electric auto harp. Um, but it has the keys. It's sort of like half guitar, half keyboard, half piano.
did you
Yeah,
get that this year?
I got it last year. I mean, or
Yeah.
the year before, 2020, 2024, I think.
Do you
Um,
play?
I mean, I sort of fool around with it. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because I saw someone playing one in a concert, and I was with Sita, my daughter, and she turned to me and she said, "You're gonna buy one of those tonight." And I was like, "You're right, I am. I am gonna buy one of those tonight from eBay or Facebook Marketplace or wherever I found it."
For Christmas, I was living on the West Coast, and my family rented me a piano to as my big Christmas present. It was best Christmas present ever.
Oh my God, like a whole giant piano just
Yeah,
for
like I
you?
just came, like a piano was delivered for 3 months. It was just a piano for 3 months. I had a 3-month piano, but those were good 3 months.
That is the best story ever. Oh my gosh, that's like wonderful. What can we do for Robin? Oh, let's send her a piano for 3 months. Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, I remember hiding under my grandparents' piano. And I remember I loved looking inside like the piano and seeing those hammers
Yes,
pounding. Like it just seemed like so cool and magical.
it is magical. It
It
is. It's
is.
also interesting to think it's percussion. Like any type of thing where something's hitting something else is you don't think of the piano as a percussion instrument, but it is. It's us just like hitting something. And
Right.
whenever you just hit something, like the keys, they're always in the right tune. It's not like, um, other types of instruments where you have to kind of make sure you're in the right tune. It's like you're already just a success once you hit a piano key, no
Yeah,
matter
that's
what.
kind of true. I also love how they function as like pieces of furniture. Like you never know if you have a piano, you never know when somebody might just like start playing music.
It's true. I guess I don't have enough people over at my house. I would like people to just sit down and play piano.
Yeah. Do you ever just sit down and play it, or do you have to like tell yourself like I'm going to play the piano tomorrow at 2?
No, I always act, I just sat down like a couple days ago. It's only when I have like unexpected time, which means it's
Mhm.
usually on like holidays or vacations. Um, and then I just get so excited to just sit and play.
And do you
But
sing? What do you play?
um, the last song I played was I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. I found some like
Oh.
old sheet music from what is it, the Creative Reuse Exchange. They have tons of sheet music there, by the way, if you
Yeah, I
if
was just
yeah.
there, interestingly
Yeah.
enough, last month.
Yeah, it was
Because
so
Tina was in town and we went there and I saw all the sheet music and I thought I wish I could read music, but I
yeah,
should tell Ruben. Yeah.
it's great. It's great. It has some odd things. Um, and then I also like what else do I play? Just a bunch of old like uh random music that I've picked up over the ages. And I'm really pretty good at sight reading, so it's like I just like to sight read whatever. I have a Muse subscription. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's
No.
a sheet music subscription online. So you can like kind of download any sheet music, and we just downloaded Landslide by Stevie Nicks. And
Um,
Arlo's learning how to play that song.
so you're just gonna weep all the
I
time
do it
then.
all the time, but it's funny. He could play it more emotionally. He plays
Mhm.
it really fast. So can you imagine Landslide really fast? That's how he that's his style,
My
I guess.
love and I took it down, climbed a mountain
Climbed a
and I
mountain
turned
and I
it
turned it around.
around.
Climbed a mountain. Climbed a mountain. Yep.
And I saw my reflection in a snow covered. That I
Yeah.
need to come over to experience this.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
sounds
well, we can
amazing.
sing it together fast. It's actually kind of fun. But yeah, it's my favorite song of all times, and
It's such a gorgeous song.
I just kind of was like, hey, how about you play this song?
Love it. All right, well, let's move on because
Okay.
that's the I could talk about that with you for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5, off-goosing. Oh, I'm so glad we got this because I have no
Yes.
idea. Please tell me what this is. Off-goosing.
Okay. Um, all right, so I just told you before we got on this recording that I just went to Las Vegas. And I've been every time I go to a new place, I do a Reddit search of the best spas in town. And then
Hmm.
so one of the Reddit searches, like the consensus was there was this one place where you could go to a spa that had a community sort of performance spa, which I guess is kind of the way you're supposed to experience them, with a dancer. And I was like, oh, a dancer in a communal spa. Like I couldn't quite picture it. Well, there was an amazing woman who led us through an experience and then danced with a towel while we were listening to music for like 15 minutes. And I couldn't believe it. It was like the most amazing, like she was spinning the towel, like spinning a pizza. Um, I mean, it was kind of a special dance towel. Um, and then and then so it was getting very, very hot. But if you can imagine, imagine if you had a towel in your hand that was like the size of your bath towel or something, and you were spinning it around your head, that every once in a while you would feel as a participant, like these tiny little curly cues of wind that would cool you off by her dancing. Um, and then after that, she was one of those really good kind of dance slash health companions. So she led us all into a very cold pool and told us why we needed to be there for at least 3 to 5 minutes, and then shared with us the history of this dancing called Aufgussing, which I think, I mean, it's German. I don't know. It sounds like it might mean off-gassing or something. Um, but then she told us that she and her sister were Cirque du Soleil dancers and that they had moved to Las Vegas to be Cirque du Soleil dancers, and that her sister also worked at the spa as an Aufguss dancer. So I waited around the whole day until her sister came and then experienced her Aufgussing. And it was
Oh my God.
so,
Is this where the phrase goose stepping might come from? What isn't goose
oh,
stepping? But
maybe.
maybe not. It's just strange that they both have geese.
Yeah,
You
yeah. Well,
know?
I was thinking it was gas, but maybe like,
Oh, like it's cooling you down.
yeah, that's what I would,
Like
that's,
it's
I mean,
taking the
maybe,
heat away from you.
yeah. I mean, I like the off goosing better. It just, or I mean, I like not knowing what that word means. If I try to translate it, I'm like, oh, it's not as magical anymore. Um, but whatever it was, like one of the sisters, the second sister, the shorter,
Mhm.
older sister said, um, that she just felt so good dancing because she knew she was cooling us off. And I just love that as an idea. And then I was like, oh, well, I guess there's history of this, like people dancing with fans and leaves. And then it, complicated it a little bit. But of course I am trying to learn how to dance with my towels.
I mean, I just love it. I love the idea that a dance like creates something else. Like I do remember, it makes me remember in Evanston, where I grew up, watching, I could never do it, but watching the girls do double dutch.
Oh
And
yeah.
there was a kind of wind from it. Like that would,
Oh, you're right.
like,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
snap and a wind, like you could feel it. And that was
Yeah.
the closer you got, you almost felt like what it would be like to be in it, like that rhythm. But this is so cool. And that they were Cirque du Soleil dancers transformed into these off goose dancing.
Yeah, and that was their real kind of motive. They go and study in Europe every year for a month with like the, you know, most well-known talented off-goose master of some kind. Um, and then they're trying to create a school. The two of them. It's so lovely. But I love
I
that
mean,
idea,
we
Barry, that
should
we could
join. We should take
well,
off.
that's
We
what
should
I'm
take
saying. I'm going to go
lessons.
back and
Oh
like
yeah.
say, hey, can you come to Chicago and give us lessons? We can get you like 30 people easily.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and then I want to call attention to the fact that I love that idea of the the wind that you feel from people doing something. Like
Mhm.
what else? Like the beautiful, like I feel like I felt that when she was dancing, but I felt it elsewhere, and I'm like, is it when people are marching, when they're like twirling batons? Is it like people running? Like I know I felt it elsewhere. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for that feeling.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's weird that it's like after a bird too, because I
Oh
can't
yeah.
remember what it's called, but there's something called like, it begins with a G. I can't remember the name, but something fluttering that
Mm.
birds do, like to kind of, pigeons especially, to cool themselves off. So
Mm.
maybe that's how it, maybe watching geese is how, watching them
Could
cool
be.
themselves off. I mean, who knows? We're
Oh my
more
gosh.
research is required.
Yes. And
Yes.
also we need to go find some really big birds and stand around them and see if we can feel them cooling us off accidentally.
Oh yeah, right away. I mean, as
So,
soon as we see them, I'm seeing if I see any geese out there.
I mean, yeah, we
Well,
gotta
not yet.
stand near some geese. We could do it.
Okay. All right. Let's roll again. Number 2, orphan punchlines.
Mm.
I have no idea. Once again, I have no idea. What do you mean by an orphan punchline?
I mean, a punchline that is not attached to the original joke. So here, and I think I may have talked to you about this, but you know, off the top of your head, can you remember a punchline? Don't
Um,
tell me the joke, just the punchline.
I don't know. I feel like they all end with because blah 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 blah, or I feel like you did a performance about this once.
I
about
might have.
jokes.
I'm still interested.
Um,
I still feel like it's unmined.
but I love that they're called orphan punchlines.
Yeah.
Like they're alone, like the little match girl. These poor punchlines that don't have a joke.
Yeah. Well, I have
Like, well,
so
so what's one example? Because on the spot, I
okay,
couldn't
so
think of
I
any
was I was
punchline.
actually I was actually with some people last night and heard an orphan punchline. I actually heard the joke too, but the orphan punchline was, "Where's his hat?" Um, and like I love it. I got a new one. So, where's his hat is an orphan punchline. Then I've got a couple that I really like that one of them from a friend is I used to have a truck like that. Um, I also have another one like what's time to a pig? Uh, and my dad used to tell all sorts of pig jokes. So then another one is you don't need a good pig like that all at once. Um,
So fun. It sort of reminds me of the last conversation in the strangest way that when you hear the punchline, you can feel the joke,
oh
even if
yeah,
you
it's
don't know the
there.
joke.
It's
It's
there. It's so much
there.
better. It's so much better than the original joke. It's like the
Yeah.
it's like the it's like the memory of the joke. Um, oh, another one. If I could find my keys, I'd drive out of here. No, that's a dirty joke. I know that much.
If I could find my keys, I'd drive out of there. I mean, it might be fun to make up, like, we could do it like Jeopardy. We could make up the jokes that go with the orphan punchline so that they're no longer, we can adapt them, is what I'm saying. They can
Oh,
be,
I
the
do
orphans
all the
can be
time.
adapted.
They
Oh,
so
you
this
do?
is so what happens is um like I have found several moments where a blue Datsun truck drives by me and I
Okay.
say, I used to have a truck like that. Because I did. But it's like, oh, the pleasure that happens when you're with someone who knows that that's your orphan punchline. And like sometimes when I'm eating bacon, I can say you don't eat a good pig like that all at once. Um, and then I think like, where's his hat? Like that's new. We're gonna say that all the time now.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, it's almost like I picture like a well, one of those really old fashioned ones with like the bucket, like in fairy tales. And it's like you say the punchline and then like the bucket comes up, you know, of the joke or yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Orphan punchlines. Where do you think the
Yeah.
word punchline came from?
Hmm. Well, a really like uninteresting thing is that it like is the last effort, like dun dun punch, like dun dun.
So is the line like, are we thinking of like lines of poetry, like sentences, word lines, and then the punch is just the line
Yeah,
that punches you, that gets you. It's the thing
in
that
the
gets you.
end. Yeah, yeah.
All
It's
right.
almost like, I mean, it can feel a little violent when you think about it. Um, like I think about Punch and Judy,
Mm-hmm.
like how violent, like I don't even know. That's kind of like an orphan punchline. I have no idea what Punch and Judy was about, but I feel like I have the punchline to Punch and Judy. But I don't even know if I watched any of them. I just feel like I can see two puppets and there's something violent about the two of them.
Yeah, I felt like they were mean to each other. I felt like
Kind of
they
like
were,
Charlie Brown.
yeah, but I feel like they were holding the shadow of the culture back then, like
Oh, you're
sort of
right.
like
Yeah.
how Greek drama, like, oh, we need to see violence, so we're not violent, like unconsciously or something.
Yeah,
Because
I think
maybe you
that's
couldn't
true.
express anger. Like, isn't Punch and Judy like from the 50s or something? Or is it the
I thought it
60s?
was older. I thought it was like from
Oh,
the,
40s? I have
I
no
mean, I
idea.
don't know. Maybe like why do I feel like I see dusty puppet heads? Like maybe it's my memory, but I feel like their like kind of faces are angry and red cheeked,
Yeah,
drunken
yeah.
puppets.
I
They're
feel like
totally drunken puppets.
I feel like I'm putting Punch and Judy in with Mr. Rogers and they're weaving
Because of
together.
Lydia Lane Fairchild.
Yes, because she kind of freaked me out
She
in a
did.
Punch
She
and Judy
was
way.
Oh, exactly. I am 100% there, and that's not fair. Somebody recently told me that they looked like Lady Elaine Fairchild and everyone made fun of them all the time. But who was that? She wasn't trying to be mean. I mean, she was the keeper of the merry-go-round.
Yeah. Yeah,
She
just
was the
I think her
museum,
look
right?
was speaking out. Yeah, her look and her voice, there was something about it that it was mildly frightening to me as a child.
Yeah.
And then when I did see like an old Punching Judy thing, I was like, it felt
Yeah.
like her again, but even
Yeah. It was a
meaner and
callback.
scarier.
I wonder why Mr. Rogers chose her because he must have known that she scared children. Um, but like all the real people always were so nice to her, like kind to her.
That's true.
Remember, what was it? Lady Elaine Fairchild was like
Oh,
always
yes. The
really
nice one.
gentle, was really gentle with wait, no, Lady Elaine Fairchild and then whatever the long
The
brown-haired,
human, the
the
human
human long
woman.
gray
Yeah.
brown-haired lady.
I mean, I feel like these are activities that we could do on the way to Las Vegas if we ever go.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Yeah.
just to get everything straightened out before we participate in the Aufgussing workshop.
We could take our puppets with us.
Oh, absolutely.
In the
Absolutely.
in the sauna, puppets in the sauna. Oh, I've
Yeah,
arrived.
and then we can make other kinds of punchlines. Like instead of orphan punchlines, we could make like conjoined punchlines where it's like two, or we could, twin punchlines. Yeah,
Yeah, like
whatever.
marry them together and then like take I used to have a truck like that and where's its hat or something. We can
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we did it. We had 3 conversations. So fun.
Ah,
I loved it. All right. Well, part two. Um, I participated with Robin some years ago in Lucky Pierre's American. Lucky Pierre is a performance group that does all sorts of really interesting, primarily political works, and they investigated the Constitution. So this is a part of Robin's. And what was your subject again? Article 3 of the Constitution. All right. So here we go. The kids asked for cookies while I read them books in bed, so I brought them cookies. I brought them 5 cookies. That was my mistake. A mother of 2 children should never bring 2 children 5 cookies. This situation I am about to explain later occurred to me as quintessentially a math problem, but at the time it presented itself as a question of personal liberty. I, as a parent, had a right to bring them whatever I brought them, and then this is what happened. I dropped the cookies off, not even on a plate, just a stack on the covers because that's the kind of mom I am. I thought that they could figure out how to divide the cookies evenly. No, actually, I didn't even think about it. I just brought 5 cookies. I left the room to go get the milk that would be sipped in the bedroom while the book was read, and the cookies were eaten. Before I returned, I heard a keening and a howling. There had been a decision made, and I later wished I had done a closer legal reading of West Coast Hotel Co. versus Parrish, which laid bare a classic example of the inequality of bargaining power. Of course, the 6-year-old is learning story problems at school and would determine that if there are 5 cookies, 1 3-year-old and 1 6-year-old, the best way to divide the cargo would be the greater amount for the person of greater age. That left the 3-year-old with 2 cookies. And upon my return to the bake room, that is also the bedroom, the 3-year-old was dissenting loudly. I don't want 2 cookies. There was rage and repetition and a sleep deprived frenzy of tread upon fairness and cracked liberty. I don't want 2 cookies, he screamed, and I understood what had happened. The 2 states of my 2 children, one having already eaten her 3 cookies, and one holding his 2 cookies out as though the quantity of those cookies were the cookies themselves. And in a way, they were. Like I said, I was not wearing this robe. I was not a judge in good behavior. I was something other than that. I figured, fuck it. I would just go get him some more cookies. I'm too tired to deal with this. I thought. I returned to the kitchen, grabbed a couple more cookies, and brought them back to the bedroom for the 3-year-old to eat. I set the couple cookies down in front of them, but this made him more angry. And in a state of fury, he screamed again, I don't want 2 cookies. I know you don't want 2 cookies, honey. Here's more. I sheepishly said, but he was too far gone and continued to scream, I don't want 2 cookies, in an attempt to prove that I had brought him more cookies. I looked frantically around for the 2 cookies I had originally given him, and they were nowhere to be found. My first instinct as a bad judge was to ask the 6-year-old where the original 2 cookies were, and she just shrugged her shoulders. Where are those other cookies? I demanded. No one knew. I still remember you doing that, and oh my gosh, it was like we're all in some sort of crazy legal situation all the time.
I think that I remember, um, I think I remember that there was something about two, like it was almost like um, those 2 cookies came back and they were the same original 2 cookies, even though he had already eaten the others. He just didn't want the quantity of two. Um, like four, two plus, I mean, whatever. He
Yeah,
was
well, there's a part
three.
in the piece
He
where
was
you
three.
figure it out. Like you figure
Yeah.
out like the way that he's thinking and that you're screwed because those 2 cookies are gone. And
Yes.
those are the cookies he wants.
Right. Right.
Like because he doesn't
Or,
understand. Like, yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
think
And
he
then you
ate them
say,
actually too. It's funny.
yeah, and then you say something like, oh yeah, here it is. Like a tired robot, I returned to the kitchen one more time to get more cookies to try and solve this crazy problem. I mean, it just kept going and going. And
Yeah.
then it says, and I was frustrated and tearful. And it was a little tiny haunted house of our own making where cookies disappear, children scream, and anguished mothers turn children into stone. Like it went
Oh,
like archetypally, like into this folk tale. And I think in the piece, you're also reading them a book about a bakery.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah. Wow, you
anyway.
just gave me goosebumps because I think I have PTSD from that time.
Oh, really? Oh my
That was a
gosh.
crazy time.
Well, then you're going to have to do, since you have goosebumps, you're going to have to do some off-goosing in
Yes,
Las Vegas
goosing.
so that you can just release it, get cooled
I
off.
know with the 3-year-old who's now not.
Oh my gosh,
I
it's
wonder
incredible.
if he remembers that. That's funny.
All right, well, I've sent you just so I don't have to screen share and mess it up. I've sent you a poem to read in your email, and let me know if you got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. This will be my first read through of this. Let's see.
Yeah, if you don't like it, we can always
Oh,
do
I'm
it
sure
again.
I'll,
It's all
yeah,
good.
let
It's
me
all
read
good.
it. Ooh, it's about pianos. Okay. Uh, The Cardboard Piano by Barry Cole. I'd inherited a real, not cardboard piano from my grandpa. No one else in the family wanted it. It was a solid upright with various marks and indentations on its skin. It's wood that is itself. I thought maybe the piano had grown bored in the basement where I'd been living in solitary confinement, unplayed for years. Maybe the piano had managed to find a sharp nail to gouge with, along with some hands. My husband and I set about hiring piano movers. This was before the divorce. My God, the kids were still babies. The staircase to our floor was steep, narrow too, like a drinking straw. People were always hitting their heads on the ceiling. It was a single file only, never two at a time. The piano movers told us they weren't optimistic about making it work, so they'd have to practice first. Using a cardboard piano, they'd cut to the exact measurements of the regular piano. It would be like a dress pattern. It would be like a dress rehearsal too, two dresses. And when they brought over the cardboard piano, I almost applauded. What a rare, same size shadow kind of art thing, like a tracing filled in and rendered opaque. It had scratchy music too. Really? Like a push broom sweeping a sidewalk like squirrels on a roof, all pitter patter and hurry. It was a sandpaper, tree bark, ping pong, sawdust quartet. I loved how the piano movers worked out just how it would go up the stairs, turn at the corners, and make it over to the spot we wanted it in the dining room near the window. They pretended the cardboard piano was heavy, but still, they whispered, not a yell, not one grunt. The next week, when they came back with the real piano, I took the kids to the park straight away. I knew heavy was heavy. We didn't need to see the real struggle up the heaving, the bearing of so much weight. There'd be enough struggling later for all of us. Ah, I love that.
I love that in your voice.
Oh my gosh. Um, I love that. I love that poem. I love that piano. I love like I want to go watch these movers do that again.
Me too.
Oh,
Me too. I
they
watch them
probably
in
do it
my,
all the time.
yeah. Well, I remember they said they don't. They only do it when they're just actually not sure if it can really work. And then they have to do it because nobody wants to bring a piano that can't actually be done, you know?
Oh, well, I hired some people to move this like big heavy duty cross trainer thing that I bought at the thrift store that was only $20. But then I ended up paying like $200 to have these people come over to try to move it into our house, and they couldn't get it, and I still had to pay them $200.
Oh, so then
So
what'd you
there
do?
should have been a cardboard cross trainer.
There
Like,
should there should be
uh,
cardboard everything.
yeah. Oh my gosh, like so we could practice. I also like the image of them pretending pretending that it was heavy. Like, where was the motivation of that coming from? Like, they needed to like at least look like they were carrying something heavy.
Yeah,
Which
because I
reminds
think
me,
they had to remember that it was heavy because
they couldn't like lift it. They
you
couldn't,
could bend
yeah,
it like you get like cardboard, but like they had to pretend. And
yeah.
like I just remember looking at them thinking like, I wish it could be like this. I wish moving heavy things could be so, pretty and careful and tender and whispery. Thank you so much, Robin. That was
Oh,
great.
that was fun.
Thank you for listening to the Words Are Birds podcast. If you enjoyed it, please consider becoming a paid subscriber and receive special perks like a pretend or real phone call made by me on your behalf. Just visit my Substack at barrycole.substack.com to learn more. I hope you'll join me next time.